wanted to jump on and kind of just answer a question that a lot of buyers ask. And is it really important to get a home inspection? And I'm going to say yes. A home inspection is your eyes before you buy the house. It's going to let you know if there are any health issues, safety issues, if there is a roof leak, if you have your systems not working properly. This is all information that you're going to want to know before you make one of the biggest purchases of your life. But I do want you to remember, and I'm not sticking up for any home inspectors, a home inspection is really, good for at that particular time. At that time that the inspector was there and checked everything, if it was working properly, it was working properly at that time. You usually get that done in your due diligence, so it's really early in the process. Then you do go ahead and have your closing, you move in, and sometimes issues come up. Your first instinct is, that was a horrible home inspector. But it's not. You think about it, every time you get into your car and you start your car's working perfectly fine. You're going along the road, whatever. One day you go to start your car, and what happens when you crank it? Nothing. Dead battery. It worked fine an hour ago or the day before. So things happen. So really, the home inspection is at the time and it's done. You can usually say they're really good for about 24 hours. So don't hold it against a home inspector if something does fail, if it was something that was checked out. Now, if you look at that report and you see that they didn't check something with the HVAC or they didn't go up in the attic and see that there was a roof leak, then you do have a grievance there. Home inspectors are your initial eyes. They're not going to tear down walls. They're not going to take apart the compressor on your HVAC. They're not going to do all the intense inspections. If there is something that you definitely want to know, if it's working properly, if there's any issues with it, such as maybe a septic or your HVAC, those items you do want to get that particular trade in there to take a look at it. Now, an inspector may say, I'm checking the temperature on this HVAC, the air coming out isn't at the proper temperature of what it should be. You may want to get this checked out by a licensed HVAC person. So they're going to try to give you an initial, scratch at the surface. You may want to check this, but it is really smart. This is your due diligence. This is your time to make sure that what you're getting and what you're paying for is working and you do not have any concerns. You do not want to get into a money pit because you're thinking, oh, it just looks so pretty, but we went and looked at it. It was no problems. Everything just was fancy. It was nice and cool. We went in there. We don't need no home inspection. These people are so nice and kind. Don't do that. Get your inspections. Get things checked out. Now, another thing that people ask about is new construction. Should I get home inspection then? You're going to hear both sides on that. You're going to hear the people that are saying, it gets inspected by the county. The builder has to do all these things to get the permits and to pass this part of the phase of the build out. You're perfectly fine. You don't need to get one. A builder builds to code. An inspector is going to check for mechanical, structural, not deep structural, and safety. They're going to get their eyes on something that may have gotten missed. You will have some builders that aren't really crazy about the idea of a home inspector coming in there and looking at the work that they have just done. Don't let that fear you. If you feel in your heart you want to get something inspected, that is your right. Before you make this biggest purchase, you need to do that. So new inspection, resales, inspections are always something smart to get and something that I try to always recommend to all of my buyers to go ahead and do that. And check out the inspector. Trust your agents. If it's someone that they use regularly, they're probably pretty good. They wouldn't keep using them. They wouldn't keep referring them to their buyers. But if it's just somebody that, hey, I just saw this business card, I'm just going to go ahead and use this, Mr. Home Inspector guy. If you don't know anyone that's used him and your agent doesn't know him, I'd be a little skeptical. You just don't know. You want to make sure that you have someone that has the eyes, has had the training and the license, and they're insured, and you want them to go out and look at your home and know what they're doing, and you want to be there during the inspection in hopes that your inspector will take the time to explain things to you. Hey, look, Mr. Buyer, Mrs. Buyer, this seems to be an issue. This is why you should probably get it checked out by someone else. Or, you know what, this really isn't a big deal. Let me show you how you can maintain this once you purchase the home, and then you're gonna know. Because maintenance as a homeowner is very important. Get your systems checked yearly. Get them checked regularly. You maintain it, you're gonna have less likely to have some problems. So should you get a home inspection? I strongly recommend it. And if you have any other questions, go ahead and reach out to me, 912-308-7408. Good luck and happy buying.